were you born? Where were you born and raised?
Born and raised here, Seattle, Washington. Not in Ballard, but Seattle, all around really. Tacoma, mainly Seattle though. You know, went to school here. You know, all my friends are here. You know, my parents, they're from here, except for my father's from South Dakota. You know, but pretty much, yeah, Seattle, born and raised, thoroughbred.
Tell me about home life. Do you have brothers or sisters, or?
Yeah, I have a lot of siblings. I have 8 or 9 sisters, I believe. 2 of them passed away. I have a twin sister. And then I have my oldest sister, which is Dina. I have a sister Liza, my twin, my sister Dominique, Claudia, Cassandra, Mary, and Crystal are both passed on now. But I had a mother, you know, she was loving. I'm the only boy, so, you know, she showed me a lot of tender love and care. But my dad, you know, me and my dad are pretty tight. As I got older, we got closer. After he got out the penitentiary, things were rocky, but, you know, things healed up, patched up as I got older and got to talk to him. And I got 2 brothers. One of them passed on, but the other one, he's here in Seattle somewhere. We don't talk much, but other than that, yeah, that's about it. And,
watch that water bottle because it'll pick up the sound.
Sorry about that, my bad.
That's all right. But tell me about what was home life like with all you guys being raised. Were both mom and dad in the household?
For the most part, yeah. Mainly tied in the streets a lot. My mom was always active, you know, in the street, and my dad, he was on and off between work and being in the streets. And my brothers, they weren't a part of my life growing up, or even kind of as an adult they were, but not too much. My sisters, we were all separated most of the time, except for my 2 siblings, my twin and my sister Dominique.
Separated? What do you mean separated?
Separated. My sister Crystal and Mary didn't get to meet her. She passed away before I was born, you know, at birth. And then Crystal, she passed away when I was about 15, but she stayed with my grandmother. And my other sisters, one of them wasn't really a part of my life at all. And you know, she was in the streets out in Yakima, Eastern Washington, so I didn't get to see her much, you know, on and off. I think about 3 times I've seen her. Yeah, and then, man, you know, with my parents being in the streets, it caused us to be in the streets. Me and my sisters, my twin and my sister Dominique, bouncing around from place to place, because my older sister got us the boot, so put us back in the streets. Man, so, you know, a lot of on and off. Wasn't really no solid foundation of growing up or anything like a regular child would be able to go through, you know.
So were you going to school?
No, yeah, kind of, not really, you know. Yeah, my grandmother, she did her best to keep us in school, you know. That was her thing with school and family, you know, family orientated. And yeah, whenever she could, she would get us, you know, on the weekends, she would come and snatch us up. But other than that, yeah, a lot of street.
So sounds like you're housed, unhoused, unhoused.
Pretty much, yeah.
And this is all in Seattle area.
Yeah. And then once we got kicked out of the Seattle Housing Authority, Seattle Housing Authority in High Point, we moved to Hilltop in Tacoma. Pretty not much of a better place for us to go to, so, you know, yeah, it wasn't much of a change. Stayed out for like a year.
Is Hilltop a building?
No, Hilltop is a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood in Tacoma. It's
Gotcha.
very, yeah. It's not really on the good side really of things, but that's Hilltop.
So what do you remember in your childhood in the streets? I mean, how do you?
In the streets, man. When I remember my childhood, a lot of partying, you know, School, we would get the school thing, yeah, but most of the time it was a lot of partying and stuff. A lot of my parents' friends coming over, kick it, and playing around, playing around with the neighborhood kids and stuff. Like, we did get to do that, but other than that, it was a lot of partying, drinking, drugging. That's when my grandmother tried to, try to take us away from that, try to give us a better life, show us there is a better life than, what my parents had us around and shit. So, excuse my language, but yeah.
You be you, man. Sick.
It's crazy, man. Like, there's a lot of, growing up in West Seattle in the early 90s, there's a lot of shootings, a lot of drugs, drinking and all that stuff in High Point. And so, yeah, my grandmother tried to keep us from that. And, she did what she could, but,
Tell me about your grandma.
My grandmother, man.
What's she like, man?
She's wonderful, wonderful woman, man. She's, when you think of grandmother, loving grandmother, that's my grandmother, Always stayed in the kitchen, kept us around each other, me and my siblings, tried to keep us around each other as much as possible. And she's from Puerto Rico, man, So out there in Puerto Rico, it's a lot of politics and a lot of family, that's what it is out there in Puerto Rico. Family, the island, and good food. Man. My bad. But my grandmother, loving, caring, nurturing, taught me a lot about respect. My grandfather as well, She didn't do the drinking, the drugging, and all that stuff, She left a lot of that stuff back home in Puerto Rico. She's still alive to this day, but man, man, I got a brain freeze right now. I'm sorry. Damn, I got the coldest brain freeze right now. But yeah, my grandmother.
Where's she at right now?
Right now, she's in Maya West, Puerto Rico.
Oh, she went back to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, she did. She comes to Seattle regularly. She stays with my sister, my oldest sister.
Oh man, when's the last time you seen her?
About 7 years ago now. Yeah, ever since when I found out I was gonna have some daughters, then we kind of separated from each other. So I started doing my own family thing, with my 2 daughters and my ex-fiance and stuff. So, we didn't get to talk too much, but last time I talked to her was about 2 years ago. And, she's doing good. She wants me to move to Puerto Rico, but I'm not ready for that.
Tell me about your daughters.
My daughters, I got a daughter named Serenity. She's my oldest. She's 6 years old right now. And then my second daughter, Evangeline Crystal, and she's a year younger than her. She's 5 years old, and they both live in Maple Valley. And they're both they take up after their mom. But my first one, she looks more like me than the second one, and they're both, they have my characteristics. They're both like me. It's crazy, but it changed a lot for me. Changed a whole lot, It broke me from a lot of my old ways. I'm not the same as I was before I had daughters. And it was for the better though. It worked really well.
I got 2 daughters, man.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's a wonderful thing.
They're everything. You see them or talk to them regularly?
No, I haven't. I haven't been lately. Kind of working that out right now.
When was the last time you saw them?
3 years ago. Yeah, on Christmas. Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to figure this out right now. And so hopefully things will come together, because yeah, I do miss them. Yeah, I miss them a lot. I think about them a lot too. So it's what's got me on like a standstill right now with a lot of things going on. So I'm trying to get this together, because in the back of my head every day I think of my grandmother. Here, she's talking to me every day. So she wants me to go get the girls and then move to Puerto Rico with her. So I'm trying to figure that out too.
sounds like your grandmother really loves you, wants a good life for you. And
She doesn't want me to. She's trying to keep me to go, keep me from going that route. She was trying to keep us away from when I was a kid, trying to channel us away from that. I kind of channeled my way into it, so I'm trying to channel my way out of it right now. With using all these resources around and stuff. Yeah, I am working on that. So.
Tell me about those resources, like.
The resources with the tiny homes and the tiny dorms, I guess you could call it. I'm at the bridge right now. Currently, I'm at the bridge, and it's okay. I haven't really been there too much lately, but the social workers or caseworkers, they're doing their hardest, but they can only do as much as I push them to, So I'm trying to connect with them guys a little harder than I should, but yeah, it's going good. They're really good people over there, and yeah, they're trying to push me more towards doing the right thing too as well, get my ID and all that stuff I need to do, like the paperwork and all that stuff. So
yeah, tell me about that process about getting your ID.
ID, it's not I don't know. It's as hard as you make it, like as long as you stay on it, they'll get you to where you need to be, just as long as you stay on it and you just keep on pushing yourself. Because if you don't push yourself, they're not going to do it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what that is, and yeah.
Well, Isaiah, how do you cope? What do you do to cope?
What I do to cope? Stick to myself a lot, and well, yeah, I do. I do a lot of coping, and I stick to myself a whole lot. I don't really like hanging around too many people too much, and it's probably for the best. Keeps me out of trouble too as well, because I've always had that problem. The more people I hang out with, the more trouble I get into. But if I stick to myself, I don't get myself into too much trouble. But yeah, I do a lot of just staying to myself. Yeah.
How long have you been here?
How long have I been in the streets?
Yeah. No, not in the streets. You've been in the streets.
Oh,
Time, your whole life.
Well, I've been in Ballard. I've been in Ballard for like past 5-6 years.
Oh, a long time then.
Yeah, about. Yeah, it's getting really old really fast, but it's not nothing I haven't been through before, so.
Yeah. Well, tell me, if you had hopes or dreams, what would they be? Not if you have them. What are your hopes and dreams?
Hopes and dreams, yeah, to own and run a successful business, and try to spread the knowledge, and try to teach my friends how to start their businesses and run them and all that good stuff.
Any business ideas in mind? Something you love to do?
I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah. Car detailing and car detailing.
That's a great
Hobbies, basically. Yeah, just do a hobby shop or something. Because I got fresh ideas every day, so it's kind of hard to put my finger on one thing. Yeah, I don't really have the same goals and aspirations that I did when I was younger. So my mind's always changing into different avenues and stuff. Like, when I was younger, I didn't think I'd be into like trading cards and stuff. So now I've gotten an interest in cards. But that's actually it's actually pretty popular now. Like, a lot of people are getting into that trading card stuff, and collecting cards has always been the thing, I guess. So.
What kind of cards? What are you talking about?
Sports cards.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Sports cards, trading cards, comic books. My dad, he used to get into. He was into books a lot, comic books, Spider-Man, and Marvel comics, DC comics, and things like that. But because of drugs, he sold all of his stuff, got rid of it. So, he doesn't really have those no more. He actually had a lot too. He had like a whole basement full.
That's where you learned the love of?
Yeah, collecting stuff, yeah. Him, yeah, but he wasn't into cars like I'm into cars. I got into cars of being out here. First it was bikes, and now it's the cars. So it's just like always changing for me. Yeah.
If there's something you want to say to the people of Seattle, what would it be?
Man, stay focused and, you know, rise above the influence. You know, 'cause this shit is hard out here. It's not easy, you know. Find yourself alone a whole lot, you know, a lot more than you think. So, you know, definitely stick to your family, you know, and rise above the influence. Man, pretty much.
Anything else? Anything else you want to say? As we wrap it up?
Yeah, thank you.
Man, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's good to hear your voice, man. And
You too, man. Thank you.
I hope that you connect with your grandma, man.
Oh, man, me
And
too.
your girls. And
Yeah, I will. Thank you, bro.
Dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.